A Course in Miracles, Workbook Lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. God goes with me wherever I go. Today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment all the separated ones experience. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation. So are anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. The separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the ills of the world. But the one thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. Yet, its effects cannot be cured because the problem is not real. The idea for today has the power to end all this foolishness forever, and foolishness it is, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take. Deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. We understand that you do not believe all this. How could you? When the truth is hidden deep within, under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see. Today, we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud and to go through it to the light beyond. There will be only one long practice period today. In the morning, as soon as you get up if possible, sit quietly for some 3 to 5 minutes with your eyes closed. At the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's idea very slowly. Then make no effort to think of anything. Try instead to get a sense of turning inward, past all the idle thoughts of the world. Try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear of any thoughts that might divert your attention. From time to time, you may repeat the idea if you find it helpful, but most of all, try to sink down and inward, away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You are trying to reach past all these things. You are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. It is quite possible to reach God. In fact, it is very easy because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world. The way will open if you believe that it is possible. This exercise can bring very startling results, even the first time it is attempted. And sooner or later, it is always successful. We will go into more detail about this kind of practice as we go along, but it will never fail completely, and instant success is possible. Throughout the day, use today's idea often, repeating it very slowly, preferably with eyes closed. Think of what you are saying, what the words mean. Concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you. on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. You can indeed afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. Commentary time. I'm Hillary Hawkins, and you're listening to A Course in Miracles, Workbook Lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Well, isn't that a nice sentiment for the day? A nice sweet thought for the day. A nice sweet thought for every day that's not only a thought, but truth. It is true, and when we take the time to actually realize that and remember that, I think sometimes we are living our lives in this physical world, and it's so nice to just be able to be still. As the word says, be still and know that I am God, right? You just be still and just remember God is with you wherever you go. I said gar, that's a combination of R and go. I coined that. I made up a new word. But God is with you right now. God is with me right now. In my practice period, I went from like a feeling of beauty, like just that's such a beautiful, loving thought, to then a feeling of strength. I felt so strengthened and confident. I was like, wow, God is with me wherever I go. And then I started to flash back to certain situations in my life where maybe I didn't feel like I had anyone. And then I remember specific instances where God did remind me that He is with me. And it's just, it's great solace. It's great comfort. God is with us. We are not alone. I would like to think about that today and every day. God is with you wherever you go. God is with me wherever I go. God is with us wherever we go. Just meditate on that. Close your eyes and meditate on it. If you're asking me what I think it's a sweet thought, and I think it is truth. I believe it. So God is with us right now. So that should abolish all fear, all sense of lack. It should abolish anything that is not good. All things work together for the good for those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. God is with you. He is working everything out in your favor, in the favor of good, in the favor of the greater good. So turn within. Thank you for joining me on this journey in A Course in Miracles. I pray that it actually helps you. I believe if we continue to do these exercises, it will help raise our consciousness and bring us closer to God. That's what I am believing. I know it helps me to keep God on my mind. I mean, I feel like God should have been on my mind all the time anyway, but I confess, and Lord, forgive me for it. God hasn't always been always on my mind. Sometimes you get caught up in the world, but now I make a conscious effort to just check in with Him throughout the day. Just check in with Him throughout the day. You don't have to just greet Him in the morning or greet Him at night. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. Do you believe it? And so receive it. And so it is. I love you, and always remember to love.